So do you really think you have what it takes to handle Dr. Dave? Well, watch this tutorial and I'll show you how to practice medicine. Inside of my office, you'll see the main operating table. Each operation begins at the thymus. This is the gland that you'll have to defend against the deadly diseases that you face. I also start the operation with one worker. You can use your right hand to command these units to do certain things by pointing your hand at the unit and pressing the top trigger on your right hand. By pressing the top trigger, you'll see your handy table show you what you can do. I would start the game off by commanding your worker to build a bone marrow structure. You'll see these on your floating table. To command the unit to place one, grab the building you want to place and put it where you'd like on the table. These cost resources, being protein and plasma, which you have to make your workers collect. Across the table you will see stacks of blood cells and steaks. The blood cells give you plasma and the steaks give you protein. To command a unit to start harvesting these resources, point at the unit with your right hand, then press the top trigger on your right hand, then point at the resource that you want to gather, and then press the trigger again. If you want to move your workers, point at your worker with your right hand, press and hold the trigger, then point where you want it to move, and let go of the trigger. How about the real fun stuff? To make a defending cell, point your right hand at a bone marrow tower and press the top trigger on your right hand, and you'll see your handy floating table shoot out again. Here you'll see my concoctions to create the three kinds of cells. The T cell is a basic troop, the B cell disinfects from a range, and the neutrophil is slow but is very powerful. Each one of these vials costs a certain amount of resources, so be wary of it. To build a unit, grab the vial that you want to use and pour it into the bone marrow structure. Then take your mixing stick and stir the concoction around, making sure to touch the key markers. Once you've got some troops, you can move them around the same way as you would your workers. You can keep your troops at a spot to defend against incoming infected cells, or you can point them to infected cells to directly disinfect them. These infected cells show up in waves. It's your job to not only defend against these cells, but to also disinfect their main tower at the end of the table. The waves will get more difficult as time goes on, so be wary of how long you take. Good luck!